Hey, what's up, students? I wanted to help you with this one question that is on the practice test 22. There's a question where you're missing the third side of a triangle, but then you also need to figure out the max and minimum perimeter of that triangle. So let's say we have a triangle and its third side is missing. Let's say that this side is, oh, I don't know, how about 7? And then let's say this side is 13. So I'm just kind of making it up on the spot here. First of all, we got to figure out what possible third lengths could exist on this triangle. So remember, the third side is always got to be less than the sum, but it's got to be bigger than the difference of the two sides that are given to you. So 13 plus 7 is 21. So it's got to be less than 21, this third side. And then it's got to be greater than 13 minus 7 is 6. All right, so there we go. So there's the possible third sides of my triangle, right? Now the next question, the next step in this question says, well, if that's true, then what's like the maximum perimeter and the minimum perimeter? Careful. If you used the next possible whole numbers. So you can't use 21 for the max because the third side has to be less than 21. So the largest third side that you could use is actually 20. I think it says in the directions, it says whole numbers. Well, if you can't use 21, the next largest would be 20. Okay, so you could use 20. So you find the perimeter of a 20, 13, 7 as your sides of your triangle. 20, 13 plus 7 would be 40. So the largest possible perimeter would be 40. Okay, because you can't use 21, you'd have to use 20 at the maximum. Okay, the minimum, well, let's figure out that number. Then we would add 13 and we'd add 7. The common mistake people are making is they're finding the 21 and they're finding the 6 and then they're done. Or they're finding the 20 and they're finding the 7 and then they stop and they don't actually find the perimeter. So it takes a little bit of extra steps and you kind of need to record what you do in order to make sure you have everything. So again, the minimum, well, you can't use 6 because the third side has to be greater than 6. So the next number that's greater than 6, well, that'd be 7. Okay, so you'd have to use 7 for the minimum, the actual minimum of your third side. You can't use 21 and you can't use 6. So 20 and 7 would be the next possible whole numbers. Okay, whole numbers, I think is what the directions say. Okay, so no decimals allowed. All right, so anyway, when you go 7 plus 13 plus another 7, I think that just adds to 27. There you go. All right, that's it. So you have to calculate the possible third sides of the triangle, and you got to chop off one or add one to get the next whole numbers, and then you got to find the perimeters of the maximum and the minimum using whole numbers. All right, cool. That one should help you on practice test 22. Good luck out there and work hard.